So I got a question, y'all. I don't know if y'all been looking at the news lately, but there's been talks about mask mandates coming back. And my question to y'all is, are y'all gonna comply? Will you wear a mask? Will you not wear a mask? And if y'all could, leave a comment below why you will, why you won't. But without further ado, Fox News is saying do not comply. And we're about to find out why. So let's get into it.
Yeah, he's been all over the place on masks since the beginning. Tammy, he also said in December of 2021, I think that masks are still a prudent thing to do, and we should be doing it.
Yeah. This has been never really about a pandemic. It's been about generating fear. And we've known this. We still
I
have
do
a whole
believe that.
autopsy to do on how awful everything was, all of these mandates, et cetera. But I think that the American people are watching to see exactly how far people will go. The do not comply theme is kind of moving through social media. And people see the election coming up, and of course, they're attaching it to that. The fact of the matter is that this remains about fear. And of course, the numbers you're not hearing about are the flu.
Right.
Now, look, the flu, we're going to always have, they're right. COVID's going to always be around. Like head colds, like the flu. Sometimes it will affect some people worse than other people.
And that's another thing, too. COVID isn't going nowhere. It's going to be around just like the flu. So it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, either you get vaccinated or you don't get vaccinated, like how we have a choice with the flu shot. You know, it's going to end up going down that path anyway. So my thing is, why all of the fear mongering? Why are we sitting here making videos and stuff about it? How people need to wear a mask and this, that, and the third. It's always going to be around. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Older people, and so you've got to be careful. But imagine a college saying you can't come to college unless you get the flu shot. It's like,
right.
It's the same. You're not throwing on a mask because of the flu. I will take subways and public transportation differently when there is a virus going around, like the flu virus. I'm allergic to a medical preservative. I can't take the flu shot.
Right.
I've never had one. So there are people with limitations.
What about
but
those
Americans
people?
understand. You know, people are saying now it's like the symptoms of whatever the new variant is, and I think it's called Eris, or there's another variant, is really about, like, can you discern it from the common head cold? When that's the conversation, this is not the original COVID, and yet this is being moved to reinforce needing to get people to comply.
And Harris, everyone has personal choice. You want to wear a mask or take a vaccine, you can do it.
It's up to you.
To disenroll students, punish the child, where are we as a country?
By the way,
like it's up to you. You want to wear a mask, wear a mask. You want to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. But you're gonna punish me, send me to jail, kick me out of school because I'm not getting the COVID shot? It's not like that for the flu shot. I mean, it's my choice.
Add Georgetown University to the required indoor masking. There's several others. I had my team find them. Look, I love what Tammy just said, and it goes to the science. If you have a precondition, and it was one of the first 3 or 4 on the list for COVID, there probably exists for flu too. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're diabetic, if you're overweight, if you weigh 400 pounds and you're 5'4", you're probably going to have a problem with your immune system.
Right.
So you've got to do everything that you possibly can. But that doesn't mean that everybody has to. And that doesn't mean that you get to legislate what those of us who are not in those positions are going to do. You can't. It's been proven already scientifically that the vaccine, if I get it, doesn't protect you. It protects me. So if I make that personal choice, that's one thing. But when we talk about H1N1 and all of the other derivatives of the flu, we don't start locking down and making people wear masks. H1N1 will kill you.
Correct.
Right.
If you have a dampened immune system, it will kill you quickly. Yeah. But we don't do that. But
she definitely telling the truth with that. I actually lost a couple family members to the flu. Like, seriously.
We do it with COVID because it's in the nomenclature. It's something that they're used to having control over us with. And how do we break the bonds of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Leslie, I think compulsion has been a problem. We played some sound bites yesterday of the president saying, if you don't take this, you will pay. I mean, he sounded like a mobster in some cases. And I don't know that helped. It probably hurt a lot of people in their desire to take the vaccine or even consider it.
Well, I think we're way past people taking the vaccine or not. I think most people have already taken the vaccine or not taken the vaccine. I want to empathize with you, Tammy.
Really?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, because I can't take, sorry, being Joe Biden here, I can't take the flu shot. I'm immunocompromised. And I wore a mask yesterday when I flew here on a plane, and I haven't done that in a while, not just because a lot of people were coughing. I have to say, I didn't know there was an uptick, and I live in Los Angeles,
Right.
but I'm not exaggerating. 6 people in 6 days in my circle, meetings, teachers, cousin, friends, brunch, lunch, meetings, got COVID, can't meet, got to reschedule, got COVID. I'm like, what is going on? So I think this is why some of these companies and some of these schools are making this decision, and they are afraid.
And I don't think we are past the mandates. Let me be clear on that. There are private entities still requiring mask mandates and now yearly booster shots we're hearing about. We're not past this.
I'm in the I'm not complying
Yeah, they do not
category.
comply.
I absolutely do not comply. I will not comply with another mask mandate or anything like that until such a time as the health authorities point out the fact and follow the rules that young people are least likely to be affected by it. It's least deadly for young people, and it is most deadly for people who are overweight. I will not submit to across the nation mandates to wear a mask, the virtues of which are highly debatable, if the authorities are not willing to be honest about those two things. They robbed American children of their education because they weren't willing to be honest, and they have subjected a lot of overweight people to, they just covered over the fact.
I'm gonna tell you something too. They also took some years away from Gen Z, because you got to think when this started. See, I was probably like, I think I had just turned 20. So all the lockdowns, all the mandates, like my first couple years of me being 20, I couldn't even really enjoy. There was no going to the beach. There was no eating out at a restaurant. It was so much fear mongering back then. I didn't want to bring that around my parents, but yeah, it robbed some people of some time.
If they wanted to deal with morbidity rates, they should deal with obesity rates, and they weren't courageous enough to do that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Plus, we've had a heat wave. People are basically indoors a lot, just like they would be in a very cold winter, and that's why you're seeing those numbers pop on the West Coast.
And where was the discussion about masks and what they do to toddlers and speech development? When will Dr. Anthony Fauci talk about that?
Hey everyone, I'm Emily.
And that's the end of the video. But like I said in the beginning of the video, drop y'all comments below. Will y'all comply? Will you not comply? And why? Like I genuinely, like I make these videos and like I read some of the comments like, oh, you're leftist. No, I really make these videos just to start conversations. I know you see me interacting with you guys in the comments, but yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and hey, it's only up from here. And y'all have a good one. All right.